I wanted to take a look at some of the HR tech trends that you should be utilizing if you aren't already. And before I do that, though, just wanted to close the loop. If you are looking for services in this new year, go ahead and check us out at jumpstart-hr.com, where you'll be able to book time with a consultant and learn more about our services and how we can build a plan to help you in this new year. All right, so just kind of free flowing here, talk about some trends that I've seen, and primarily speaking from a technology standpoint, but really thinking through some feedback and comments that we've gotten over this past year about working in different locations and what are some of the hindrances. But first of all, I think it's important to think through like, well, why do we use HR tech in the first place? What is the importance of HR technology? It's not just to make a lighter load for your HR professionals or your HR partners, but it's also to improve the employee experience because a lot of the tools these days allow for self-service, allow for better visualization of data, allows for a better user experience, allows for better collaboration. So these are some of the reasons why you would want to improve your HR tech stack. It's not just about, the common thing back in the day was, well, we're only implementing this technology to make HR's life easier. It's not helping anybody else. That was a lie back then, and it's definitely a lie now. So if you think that HR technology only improves the experience of those who do HR in your organization, think again. So we use HR technology to improve HR experience, to improve employee experience, to reduce our expense towards labor, right? So if you have technology that's doing labor for you, then your teams can go back to the work that they are gifted at and have a sweet spot in. And then another is you increase your HR tech stack so that you can attract people who are used to this changing landscape of improved technology. So, what I would say is the big thing that I hear workers want is flexibility. Workers want flexibility. They want to be able to work from any location, but they also want the flexibility to access work from mobile devices, from tablets, wherever they are, they want to be able to have access to their work. And they're not necessarily saying we want to work more hours, long hours, and give more to the company. But what they are saying is if you have us on a tool that is only accessible from a desktop or a laptop, it makes it harder to be effective because I utilize a tablet or I utilize a mobile device. And if there isn't a supporting app or mobile native system for the tool that you're utilizing, then it's not a good idea to continue that tool. So there's flexibility. So what are some of the options out there? I mentioned first having a tool that is mobile friendly, a tool that's been, I would call it appified, so that it has an app, something with integration into the tools that you're already using. So, for example, something that integrates into your email suite, something that integrates into your communication suite. These are some of the things that people are looking for when they say flexibility, because it's easier to, for example, we have a sales prospecting tool, right, that integrates into our Slack channels. And so anytime someone opens a document through that tool, it lets us know through a bot that somebody's taking a look. So that allows us, the flexibility of not having to log into that app every hour on the hour. We can be proactively notified when someone logs in and looks at a document, takes action on a document. So it's super super helpful. So people want flexibility. The other thing that people want from their work and from their HR tech stack is a great user experience. This is seen from intuitive chatbots that make the experience easy to navigate, and you almost don't feel like, well, it's twofold. You don't feel like you're talking to a bot, but also at the same time, you know you're talking to a bot, but the bot is able to take you to the answer that you need or help you resolve the solution that you need. Gone are the days of bots just being message takers, but really connecting you to solutions. So whether that's a wiki, whether that's a place for people to log in, whether it can generate answers from the employee's data, these are the things that people are looking for when they want a great user experience with a bot. But then also a great user experience from the standpoint of maybe even having training in place in your organization so that your company not only rolls out a tool, but your team feels comfortable using that tool to the best of their abilities. And I think another thing that people are looking for from HR tech this year is for tools to do the heavy lift of low-hanging fruit. And so I guess I should coin that phrase, the heavy lift of low-hanging fruit, because so much of your job, if you do not have updated HR tech, whether you are the HR pro, whether you're a hiring manager, whether you are a hiring stakeholder, um, there's so many manual things that go into recruitment, as an example, or payroll, as an example, or performance management, as an example. So the heavy lift of low-hanging fruit can be done by tools that are able to populate templates, customize solutions, score candidates based on rankings that you might have, automate follow-up. All these sorts of things help with the heavy lift of low-hanging fruit in your organization. And if you were to think about, what you pay your team versus the fixed cost of a solution that you would want to implement, it really makes so much sense to adopt these tools, because then you're able to reallocate your spend from the heavy lift of low-hanging fruit to the heavier lift of knowledge work, of deep work, of all of these sorts of things that play a role in carrying out business in this agile economy. So yeah, that's what people want. People want flexibility. They want user experience and a way to eliminate the low hanging fruit heavy lift, or the heavy lift of the low hanging fruit.